Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Thank you for coming back for another day of Tesla analysis. Today we will be taking a look at Tesla stock price from a technical standpoint and project out whether or not Tesla is reversing to the upside tomorrow or continue to the downside. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. Let's get right into it. We're going to start with taking a look at the QQQ for the NASDAQ. A little bit unusual for this channel, but I think it's important we look at the macroeconomics environment first. So right now, QQQ is stopping at 100 days SMA, which is right around 381. So it was reversing around there, and it is currently resting above 100 days SMA, which is really good. Although to reclaim back 50 days SMA, it needs to get to 393 within the next couple of days or so in order to consider bullish. Right now it looks like a bounce, a very optimistic bounce, but I wouldn't say it is reversing just yet. Yesterday, after the very long and bearish candle here, RSI got too oversold, so it makes sense that it bounced a little bit today. The volume is also very encouraging. We still have another hour to go and the volume is already over 100% with predominantly buy volume. So this is a good sign. I wouldn't say it is confirmed reversal just yet, but it is a good sign for the NASDAQ overall. Back to Tesla daily chart here. The current volume is also over 100%. It is at 108%, probably tracking to around 120% by the time we close. We still have another hour to go. And Tesla is bouncing very hard at the around $1,023 this morning. It is now at 1,082, effectively just 0.5% down from yesterday's trading. So given the wide range of trading today, I think that Tesla is attempting very hard to reverse. With this bullish hammer, it also gives me a lot of hope. We see RSI started to tick up a little bit, even though the RSI as of yesterday wasn't oversold. So it still looks to be reversing here. Also, with the predominant volume today being buy volume, I think a lot of traders and investors have been getting back into buying, which could potentially propel Tesla further. So if you look at this bullish hammer in the past, this was earlier in December. After a 3-day bearish move here, this bullish hammer signified reversal, right? It bounced right off a 50-day SMA, which is this white line here at the time. It also reversed at one of the support level here, bounced off of it, and then made a bullish hammer. And sure enough, the next 2 days, it also bounced and get back to previous resistance at the time, and that was around 1,071 at the time. So similarly, this bullish hammer is forming today, and I know we still have another hour to go. Tesla could still end the day, I don't know, at below $1,060, and that would not be bullish. But for now, since Tesla is running at $1,080, this is extremely a good sign for the bulls. It is an initial sign of reversal, and I think that the higher Tesla close today, the more likely Tesla will be reversing tomorrow, possibly with a gap up. I took the liberty of removing the blue lines for the gap since Tesla already filled the gap. I also removed a bunch of the lines for my bull flags because it is not quite relevant anymore. Right now, I'm leaving the price target of 1209 and 1305 here. So I don't know if I can make this video edit and post before market closes, but in my mind, this is a good opportunity for a call option to swing into earnings, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, given the positive bullish sign here with the bullish hammer. Here's the 30-minute chart for Tesla. As you can see that the last 2 days, it has been moving down pretty drastically. And then today, it started the U-shaped reversal here. This looks to me very much like a cup and handle. Actually, if you go to the 10-minute chart or 15-minute chart, you'll see the cup and handle way better. And it is a very bullish pattern here, positioned to spike possibly into close, and if it doesn't spike into close, it would likely spike tomorrow morning. The trading range for tomorrow given this price action here. On the upper end is 1104, the middle pivot point is 1063, and the bottom pivot point is 995. So I want to say that if Tesla could hold above 1074 today, which is give or take around 50 days SMA, it has really good potential for a gap up or a reversal tomorrow. However, it is also important to note that as I'm recording this video and as good the pattern here shows, RSI on the 30-minute chart is completely overbought. So it's possible that it could retrace a little bit, or it could go all the way up higher and then retrace first thing in the morning. So that's a possibility. As far as call options, I think it is a relatively safe point right now for entry, in my opinion. Of course, Tesla could retrace in the morning a little bit, or even half of today's candle, which would not be good for the option that you would be entering. But for now, the risk versus reward ratio is acceptable in my mind with this bullish pattern here going into close. Yeah, the only thing, like I said, the cautious issue is just this RSI here. And then if you look at tomorrow trading range, pretty much 1072, which is now 50 days SMA, is the only thing that you want to look out for. If Tesla's hover around 1062 and 1072, which is the middle pivot point and this 50 days SMA, then that's another day of consolidation, and it could be very good for the bulls, because consolidation after a hammer reversal means that it could or at least more likely than not spike further the day after or next week. So you can see for today, Tesla touched the bottom pivot point and then bounced back to 50 days SMA and then danced around 50 days SMA for the last few hours. So pivot points are usually really good price target for support or resistance for that matter. Although when Tesla does run, it does not necessarily obey pivot points. So we use them as points of reference, but when Tesla runs like crazy, either to the upside or to the downside, it is hard to predict based off of pivot points. Let's take a look at the weekly chart here. So the weekly chart right now shows that it has very long wick on either side, meaning this week Tesla had such a volatile week. The high point of the week was about 1209, and the bottom point of the week, which happened earlier today, was about 1021. So you're looking at almost a $200 range for this week, just based off of delivery result and the macroeconomics environment. I think that's pretty crazy. From a chart pattern standpoint, it does look a little bearish to me based off of this weekly candle. I'm optimistic because Tesla is heading into earnings with a very good Q4 delivery number. So the difference between last week and this week is that this week we know for a fact that Tesla delivered over 930,000 vehicles in 2021. With the kind of margin and optimization Tesla have been achieving, we know that Tesla should have really good numbers for 2021 financials. On top of that, with the optimism that Austin and Berlin will be producing saleable vehicles in the next couple of weeks, I think that is also another catalyst. So historically, you guys can see here, Q1 usually drop off from Q4 of the year before. So Q1 of 2019, the number is lower than Q4 of 2018. Q1 of 2020 also drop off from Q4 of 2019. Q1 of 2021, however, surpassed Q4 of 2020 just a tiny bit, right? And this is before any additions of Giga Berlin or Giga Austin for that matter. So with a stellar quarter like this, and if you looking at next quarter, which is Q1 of 2022, and you see a ginormous number that is higher than Q4, defying previous patterns, you know that Tesla is going places, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I get overly excited talking about Tesla, as you guys know, but I do think that Q1 is another defining quarter for Tesla with Austin and Berlin coming up online. So with that in mind, I do think the stock has every reason to spike from now until Q1 earnings result, which is in late April. However, it does need a little bit of catalyst, such as analyst upgrades or news about Austin or Berlin in order to trigger the run. And that's how Tesla usually operates. Similarly, it also needs a catalyst for the downside. And right now, the catalyst for the upside would be Q1, would be Q4 financials, and I think the numbers will blow everyone's mind. So I'm looking forward to that. And with that in mind, I think a bullish bet in Tesla right now is a reasonable bet. Whether or not I will hold through earnings is a different story. This is short-term trading at the end of the day. So I'm not looking until the end of January at this point. For right now, I'm just looking at a shorter-term call option. So let me get back to the daily chart here. Once again, this is still a bullish hammer, even though it changed its color from green to red from a few minutes ago. But this is still a very good bullish hammer, and the price action right now is 1076. Once again, anything above 1074, I think that is a very good opportunity for a call option, because this candle does look like a reversing candle. So as far as call options, I'm looking at January 21st. This is probably either right around the week that Tesla releases Q4 quarterly earnings results, or before that, right? Because right now we don't know what the confirmed date of earning would be. It could be January 19, it could be January 26th or 25th, who knows, right? But right now I'm not necessarily eyeing earnings for the call, but it does matter when Tesla announces earnings result. That is after January 21st. The premium for January 21st option is going to deflate pretty fast. So it is sort of tricky to play options right now, but overall it is still bullish. So I'm hoping that the option price will still hold. So if I'm looking at for $1,200 strike expiration January 2021, it is about $1,450, give or take. I do want to stay closer to the money though, because you do want to be positioned to gain a lot when Tesla does run. So I'm thinking a better bet would be $1,150. But anywhere between $1,150 and $1,200 could be relatively okay. And $1,150 is around 2460, give or take, in premium. If you want to make sure that your premium is not necessarily affected by earnings dates announcement, I would say February 18 or February 4 would be a much better bet at this point. Obviously, you would be paying a premium for earnings that will happen before February 11th, but it's not going to be affected when Tesla announces the earnings date. So $1,150 strike for February 11 would be around $5,700. That is entirely doable in my mind. That is about $75 run for Tesla. That can get there. Tesla can get there in one day if it has the right catalyst. So it is not a bad risk versus reward trade right there. $1,200, you're looking at about $4,400. A couple of you have asked me about LEAP call option, January 2024. It's not a bad idea, but it would have been better if we entered this morning. Right now, premium is a little bit inflated, but I think it is as good, optimal of a point to enter right now. I would go a little bit further out, say $1,400. You're still looking at about $29,000. Or you're looking at $1,500, you're looking at about $27,000. I wouldn't go way further than this, because you wouldn't be benefited from the next run. Because if Tesla run to $1,300 and your strike is $1,500, your gain would be more moderate than if you were to have a strike price that is closer to the money, such as $1,200 or $1,300. So keep that in the back of your mind. But if you plan on holding through, I don't know, however many months that is, you can go way further out, right? If you don't mind the volatility in the next few weeks and you don't plan on taking off regardless of gain, then I think moving it a little further out, such as $1,900 or $2,000, is not a bad idea. $2,000 right now is at about $19,000 or $18,500, give or take. That's not a bad bet either, meaning you're going to park $19,000 for 2 years. And I'm pretty sure Tesla will get to 2,000 by 2024, if not this year already. So this call option, if you are determined to hold that long, you could potentially make a lot of money out of it. But I usually go for leap call option when Tesla is severely oversold. For example, if today Tesla get to, 950 or something like that, that would be more of a leap call option for me. But it is not a bad idea for leap call option if you can afford it. So this is it for this video. I hope you find the information helpful. If you are a long-term Tesla shareholders, I think in a couple of weeks we will have reason to celebrate. Tesla will have another blowout quarter, and 2022 guidance will be extremely impressive, I'm sure. So I'm hoping that Tesla will start the bullish run starting tomorrow. But if not, it probably should be shortly sometime next week. But other than that, if you have any question, concern, feedback, or comment, please comment down below and I'll do my best to respond to you. Thanks once again, and until the next video. Bye.